Hey guys, it's Quinn from HuntWise. Let's go over my mid-season whitetail pack. Now, when it comes to mid-season, I'm gonna hunt in a lot of different scenarios. I may be hunting a ladder stand setup, a hang-on setup from Novix, a blind, but most likely I'm gonna be hunting out of a saddle. And I have a saddle system here in front of me that the platform packs onto my backpack really well. The saddle is lightweight, so I always wear it in, and then the sticks are also lightweight and compact. Now all the platform, the sticks, and the saddle are gonna be from Tethered. The sticks are gonna be the Tethered 1 sticks. I really love these sticks, and a few of the things that drew me to them is obviously they're lightweight, they're sub 1 pound per stick, which is really, really awesome. They're compact as could be, so you can attach them to a bag if you want, but I often just carry them in holding the rope like this. Some other really cool features is how they stack together. There's these little rubber plastic pins here that just slide into each other, so you don't need any extra mounting hardware to get them to stick together. A huge thing that I'm looking for in a stick is I want it to be a double step on top and bottom. When I'm going up and down the tree and setting up the sticks or setting up the platform itself, I love having my feet at the same level. It makes me feel more secure, and I'm able to be a lot more quiet going up and down the tree too. Now, the last really cool feature that I love about these sticks is there's these little tiny tabs. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but they're actually glow in the dark. And I went on a hunt recently in Tennessee, hunting out of a tree I'd never been in, hunting in an area I've never been in. And if it wasn't for those little glow in the dark steps, it would have taken me a lot longer to get up and down when it's dark out. Really, really like that feature a lot. Now, when it comes to the actual saddle, I rock the Tethered Phantom. This is the normal size one, it's not the XL. I have a couple dump pouches on each side here. In my left-hand side is where I'm gonna keep my lineman's belt, and on the right-hand side, I'm gonna keep a bunch of things actually. Last thing in, first thing out is going to be my actual tether strap. The reason I do it like that is because as I'm going up and down the tree, I'll use my lineman's belt. And then when I get up on the platform, I want to be able to pull my tether out and throw it on really fast. And so I like to keep that on the top of that dump pouch. Now, another thing I'm running is going to be a Ropeman 1. It's an ascender. It makes it a lot easier to adjust the length of your strap, the length of your lineman's belt. You can do quick one-handed adjustments, which is really, really nice. Really highly recommend getting a Ropeman or some sort of ascender depending on the size of rope you're using. Now, below that, I'm gonna have my hiss strap. My hiss strap is what I'm gonna hang my backpack from, my bow, maybe my quiver, things of that nature. This is definitely gonna be the thing that's gonna be right under the tether because I wanna pull this out right after this so I can get my bow up as soon as possible. As I'm completing the setup process, I want my bow up there with me. You never know when a deer is gonna come in. Extra things I might keep up there with me. I always have an extra bow rope with me. I'll keep one inside a cargo pocket, usually on my pants, but then I also like to keep just an extra one because you never know. I might use this to pull up my backpack, pull up an extra stick as I'm going up and down, things like that. And then the last thing I keep with me at all times is this is actually an extension strap. This is one from Novix, but it works on a lot of different brands. You can extend this strap either on your platform or your tree stand just a couple extra feet. Depending on the tree size, that can be a lifesaver. It can get you into that tree that you actually want to be in. Now onto the pack itself. This is going to be the Sitka tool bucket. This is the older version, so keep that in mind. But I've been using this for I think 5 or 6 years now. I really, really like this backpack. It has a lot of hours under it, a lot of abuse. It's held up extremely well. Highly recommend a pack of this size and a quality one. Buy yourself a quality backpack. It'll last a lot longer. It'll have more features to it. It's just something you're gonna enjoy. Buy once, cry once kind of thing. One of the features I like about the tool bucket is how I can strap my platform to the outside of it very easily. I can pull it off quietly once I'm up the tree, slap it on, and then actually stand on it. Now the platform I use is going to be the Predator XL from Tethered. Some things I really like about this platform, I like the size of it. I like how compact it is. It's extremely durable. There's no creaks, there's no pops. I'm able to stand off on any side I want with my feet. And with the size of this one, the XL, I can actually stand with my back to the tree and face out. Every now and then, I'm a leaner, so every now and then I want to be able to stand straight up. And so being able to put my back to the tree is a big feature for me. But I really, really like the Tethered Predator XL platform a lot. I would highly recommend it. Okay, so much like my early season pack, I'm gonna keep a water bottle with me, nice and handy. There's two different spots on the outside of this pack to keep a water bottle. And then you can see this handle sticking up. This is my handsaw. I always take a handsaw with me. It's just a lifesaver. And one of the things I really look for in a handsaw is I want a curved blade like this. This just makes cutting faster, and actually it's a lot quieter for me too. Just how the blade has this arc in it, it contours the branches, and this is a double blade too, so it'll cut in both directions. I really like something like this. You can find one of those at a hardware store a lot of times. There's a bunch of different companies out there that make them. Inside my actual backpack, let's start up here. We'll start at the top. In this top little pouch here, I'm gonna have a headlamp. I like to always keep a light with me, even though I don't walk in and out with one. Extra SD cards for checking trail cameras. That's always a must. Inside the actual pack, I'm gonna have a few different pockets here. I have extra bow hooks, or just hooks in general to hang either the backpack or anything I want with me. Then down in this pocket, I have, oh, this is a good one. I have zip ties. I like to take zip ties with me either for attaching licenses or holding branches out of the way, which is a weird one, but it works really, really well. Sometimes on different state land ground or federal ground, you can't cut branches. So sometimes in order to get them out of the way, you either have to put some sort of weight on it and in order to attach weight or strap something up. Zip ties work really, really well for that. In the other pocket, I'm gonna have an actual bow hanger, which is nice. I like to keep a nice short one with me, you never know. And then I also have a nice fixed blade knife. Now, I also like to take a camera with me to self-film hunts. And so the camera arm of choice is gonna be from Fourth Arrow. This is gonna be their triple arm, I believe it's called. This is able to hold a DSLR for me, which is really, really nice. And the thing I like about a triple arm like this is you can go around a tree really easy once it's on there, versus if it's just a double arm and you're self-filming, it's hard to get it out of the way sometimes. This also works good for a saddle setup too. So fluid head to put on top of it, and then the actual mounting bracket that goes on the tree that the arm itself slides into. Now, I also take a couple different calls with me. I don't always have these in my pack. Sometimes I have these in pockets, but this is a rattling bag. I don't like to take antlers with me. It's very, very rare that I'm ever gonna try to rattle. In Michigan, it's just not an effective form of calling. Generally, you're gonna scare more deer, but never know, might get a little Western. And then I also like to keep a grunt tube with me. This is the Woodhaven Ninja Intimidator, and I love this call. It's extremely natural sounding, has a little snort wheeze thing up here on top. Extremely effective call, recommend this one a lot. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna take with me as far as my backpack and things I'm gonna stuff in this backpack with me during those mid-season hunts here in the Midwest for whitetail. All right, let's run through my mid-season clothing. Now, for clothing, there's a few things that I'm going to grab all the time and always have with me. I'm gonna want a couple different weights of base layers, and then I'm gonna want a couple options for outer layers too. When it comes to base layers, I'm always gonna want a merino wool because I know it's gonna be a next to skin, and it's not gonna be used as an outer layer during the hunt. It might be used as an outer layer walking out, but not during the hunt. So, for my bottoms, I have the Sitka 120 bottoms. They are extremely lightweight, but they're super comfy. They pull that moisture away from your body, so you breathe really well. Another thing is being merino wool on these base layers is it helps fight odor buildup, so the odor won't build up as fast as it will on a synthetic. Now onto the top. It's the same 120 weight as those bottoms, but a couple things that I like about that is going to be how nice it stretches, so it'll contour your body really well, it'll bounce back, it doesn't get baggy on you. Like I said, pulls the moisture away. It's just a nice weight to start as a base layer. But if it's a little bit cooler out, I'm gonna reach for something like the 330. This is the 330 hoodie. The things I like about the hoodie over just a crew neck like the 120 is I like the option of when I'm walking out, if it's cold like that, I like to have a pocket out front here where I can put my hands in to keep them warm just in case. And then I also like the fact that this has a zip, so I can open that up and dump heat if I'm getting too hot or if there's too much moisture kind of building up and down in there. Also has a chest pocket here that I can throw my phone in or a couple SD cards, things like that. Things that you'd want right at hand as you're walking out. Now the last thing I really like about this is I like the built-in hood with the face mask. The face mask is really nice for keeping concealed and just making it feel like the deer don't see you or don't make your face out quite as easily. Now, if it's not going to be super cold out, for my outer layer, I might reach for something like the Fanatic hoodie. Now, the Fanatic hoodie has kind of been my go-to piece for the last few years now. This one's getting pretty wore in, I would say, but also has that stomach pocket down here to keep your hands in. I like that, just to throw a hand warmer in there just in case, things like that. Has the same features though. It has the nice deep zip, has a chest pocket with a zipper, has a built-in face mask too. But what this is this is a synthetic blend. So this is a lot more durable than the 330 hoodie. So if you're using it as an outer layer, you don't have to worry about snagging it and ripping it or wearing through it nearly as fast. I really do like the Fanatic hoodie a lot. So onto my main outer layer pieces. The main system that I use is going to be the Strata system from Sitka. So on the pants themselves, they're going to have a nice little belt loop here to keep things up for you. And then on the inside of your waistband, there's this sticky band that goes around to help things from sliding down on you. Now, if you like wearing suspenders like I do, they also have an option here where you can attach suspenders too, which is really nice. On the pockets up top here, they have this extra little wear fabric built into them. So if you have a knife that you're clipping on, things like that, it's not gonna wear through that fabric nearly as fast. And then moving down, we're gonna have cargo pockets on each side. This is where I'm gonna keep that grunt tube, generally my main bow rope, maybe a pen light or something like that. And the thing that drew me to the Strata system in general is the fact that this fabric is extremely quiet. It's really thin, but it keeps me warm. And one of the reasons it keeps me warm is because it has a wind-proofing technology built into it. So you can get away with wearing a lot lighter clothing on the outside when you're blocking all that wind. I can get down into the low 40s, high 30s with this, no problem. Really like the Strata system a lot. Now up top is the Stratus jacket. Things I like about the jacket, I like the double pockets up here on the chest. That's really nice. They're zipped. So if you want to put something in there, you're not going to lose it. Say it is a phone or a couple extra SD cards. You know they're not going to fall out on accident on you. On the stomach pockets here, there's dual ones. You can unzip those. You can keep things in there too if you want. A couple hand warmers, things like that, things that you might need. Like I said, this has built-in windproofing technology, so it helps keep you warm in those cool, frigid days. There's a little loop here that you can throw a grunt tube on if you want. This also comes with a hood. I usually don't use a hood, but the last thing that's really nice on any high quality piece of clothing that you're gonna get for hunting is there's gonna be a way to pass your safety strap through the back of it. So that is just one thing that could be overlooked on other clothing, but usually if you're buying a nice brand that is built for whitetail hunting, it's gonna have that feature built in. Last thing is going to be the Fanatic gloves. I love these gloves. I use these everywhere from early season through the late season. They're nice and thin, but they have just enough to keep my hands warm, and they are missing the index and the thumb tips. So what that does, Allows you to use a smartphone, tap screens, things like that. As long as I have a hand warmer with me in the late season, my hands don't get cold. And sometimes you just got to learn to keep your hands in your pockets and not be on your phone all the time. Generally, you'll see more deer. So, some things that I'm going to remind you of. Base layers, I'm looking for merino wool because they are going to pull moisture. They're going to be comfy. They're also not going to build up on odor nearly as fast. Moving into outer layers, synthetic blends are your friend because they're much more durable. And then also, when it comes to your main outer layer, look for something that has a wind stopping technology built into it. It just helps you stay out in the field a lot longer, makes you stay comfier. You're able to use less bulk. Highly recommend the Strata system, and then merino wool base layers for your mid-season whitetail clothing. All right, when it comes to optics for whitetail, I've generally been a person that just wears the strap that either comes with your binoculars or a simple little chest strap, not one that encloses binoculars. But this year I've decided to switch to the Sitka Flash system. This harness is actually really, really nice. It's definitely built for an elevated hunter. It's not built for your Western hunters, although you could easily use it for something like that. But just because of how high it is and the layout of this, you can tell there's a lot of thought that went into both saddle and tree stand hunting. So the harness itself is really, really nice and has this awesome little system that makes it really easy to take on and off. Instead of trying to ease your arms through there, getting straps twisted, things like that, you can undo this, you can reach one arm through, you can reach the other arm through really easy this way, and then this just slides down in and just clips right in. Really simple system that's extremely effective. Now inside my bino harness pack, I'm going to obviously keep binos and then a rangefinder. Off to the side here is where I'm going to keep my cell phone when I've been hunting, things like that. So that's easy to pull in and out. For my binoculars, I have Swarovski EL 8.5 by 42s. Really like these binoculars because the clarity is awesome, the light gathering capability. They're a great size, and the field of view, that's something that doesn't get talked about a lot, I feel like, with binoculars, unless you're really into them. But the field of view on a binocular can be a game changer. The wider that field of view, the more you can see, obviously, even at the same magnification of another brand. So the more you pay, generally, the better field of view you're going to get with a binocular. Now, off on the right side here is where I keep my rangefinder. That's also attached from a little tether here, so I can just pull it out and then I can let it drop down if I had to in a situation where I have a deer coming in. Now for the rangefinder, I run the Leupold RX5 full draw. I like this rangefinder a lot because I can put in both my arrow weight, my speed of my arrow, the peep height, and then I can get the most accurate compensating drop that I know of. It's a really awesome rangefinder. It's extremely accurate, it's fast, the readout's awesome. The screen in low light's really nice. You can adjust the brightness up and down. It's got a red readout inside of it. Really like that rangefinder a lot. So yeah, this is going to be the Sitka Flash harness. It's what I'm rocking this year for a bino harness. Highly recommend it to anyone that's looking to switch to a chest harness or a chest pack. Check them out.